Okay, I think I did it. Okay, I think I did it. All right. Okay, so if you come back on here, thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay, I think I did it. All right. Okay, so if you come back on here, thank you. Thank you for being here. The only thing I need to figure out now, so okay, so I got my screen shared. I just need to figure out if I'm hearing myself twice. So I need to like mute something somewhere. Thank you for being here. Once we do that, we'll be ready to go. I got my screen shared. Like mute something. Once we do that, okay, I'm gonna try to mute this one. Okay, I'm gonna try to mute this one. I just turned down my volume, then I can't hear myself. That works. Okay. So if you're on, can you tell me if you can hear me? Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see my screen. Because if you can, then we are good to go. Yes, okay, excellent. So screen is here. All right. Yes, both. Okay, perfect. Yay. Thanks for coming back. Nice to see you guys again. Yeah, this day has been crazy. Like, it's been snowing here. I've had like meetings and classes, and it's just been like one of those days, you know, every once in a while. Okay, and me in the corner. Awesome. Okay, great. Yay. I'm so happy. Okay, so before we get started, obviously, if you don't know me from Instagram or from Facebook, we're over there, Official Brasilingo. I post a new word every day. So follow, show some support, and also learn some new words. Also, we do lives on culture, and we do lives on just language learning and all kinds of good stuff like that. And if you're ready to get really serious about learning English or Portuguese, we have a bunch of really great teachers on our website, brasilingo.com. You can book your first class for free. And we have classes for all ages, okay? So kids, adults, and teens. Okay, so let's get right into the good stuff, okay? So how we ask and tell the time in Portuguese, we're gonna use the phrase que horas são? Que horas são? That means what time is it? Okay, so que horas são? Literally, if you break it down word for word, which is not always a great idea to do for everything, but sometimes, you know, some people who are more analytical really like to know word for word what it is they're saying. So que means what, horas means hours, and são is the third person plural of the verb ser, which is to be. So you're really saying what hours are, okay? What time is it? Que horas são? What are the hours? All right, so let's review numbers 1 to 20, because these are super important to know. And we're not going to spend too much time on this because this could be like a whole class in itself. But I'll say them, and if you want to repeat them back at home, then you can try it too. Notice here to keep in mind first that 1 and 2, and uma, dois, and duas. Those two numbers have both masculine and feminine forms. So we have to keep that in mind when we are using those numbers, okay? So or uma, dois, duas, três, quatro, cinco, seis, sete, oito, nove, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, that's números 1 a 20, 1 to 20. And so, okay, so 1 and 2, like I said, uma, dois, duas, that's also going to be when you go past like 21, 31. So for 11 and 12, 11, 12, those stay the same. But once you get into above and beyond, it's 21, but it could be 21, okay? 22 or 22, depending on if we're talking about something masculine or feminine. So we're going to want to keep that in mind. So here we go, 21, 22, 23. So we're adding the word and then the number. Okay, so 20 and 3, 20 and 4, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then you're going to repeat the whole thing. Then 40 is 40, so it'll be 41, 42, 50, 51, 52, 60, 70, 80, 90. 100 is 100, but then once you go above it, so 101 would be 100, 101, 102, and then 1,000 is mil, mil. Million is milhão, milhão, and billion is bilhão, bilhão. So we're not going to need all these bigger ones today, not to talk about time, but it's good to know. Okay, so I have an activity for you guys, okay? This is a listening activity. So I'm going to say one of these words. So in the first column, A, I'm going to say one in Portuguese, and I want you to write in the chat and tell me which number I said, okay? So listen for the number and then just write the number I say in the comments. Okay? So the first one is cuatro. Cuatro. What number is cuatro? Good. Yep. Good. 4. Cuatro is 4. All right. So the next one. 16. 16. 16. Good. Okay. 37. 37. 37. The next one, 95. Yep, 37. Yep, that's correct. 37. 95. So that one was 95, if you didn't get it. I think there's a little bit of a lag, so I think it takes a while between the time I say and you guys are hearing it. Yep, 95. Good. 83. 83. Okay, if you said 83, you're correct. And 14. 14. 14. And if you said 14, then you are correct. Very good. Okay, so time vocabulary. These are some important words that are good to know. So the word for time in Portuguese is tempo. O tempo. O tempo. Hour, a hora. A hora. minute, o minuto, o minuto. And second, o segundo, o segundo. Okay, so how do we tell the time? So if we want to say like it's 11 o'clock, we're going to use the verb são, okay? Remember that's the verb ser, to be, conjugated into the third person plural. São plus the number, o número, mais as horas, plus the hours, okay? So são 11 horas means it's 11 o'clock. São 11 horas. It's 11 o'clock. You're going to do this for all of them except for 1 o'clock, because 1 o'clock is singular, not plural, right? It's a 1. There's only 1 hour. So because of this, we have to use e. That's ser conjugated into the third person singular instead of the third person plural. So uma hora. It's 1 hour, okay? It's 1 o'clock. Uma hora. If you want to say it's 8 o'clock, são 8 horas. São 8 horas. If you want to say it's 2 o'clock, same thing. But remember, it's feminine, right? Remember we talked about how 1 and 2 can be masculine and feminine. So são 2 horas, okay? Not são 2 horas, são 2. 2 horas, because it's feminine. Horas is feminine. Same thing with uma hora. We have to make it feminine. All right, how to tell the exact time. So we talked about in the last slide, basically on the hour, okay? It's 11, it's 1, it's 8, it's 2. Now we're talking about if you want to tell the exact time using minutes. So it's going to be são mais a hora mais os números, okay? So são plus the hour plus the minutes. Again, except for 1, we're going to use again. So the same as last time, except we're going to add hour plus minutes. So it's 5:20 becomes são 5:20. São 5:20. Or you could say são 5 horas e 20 minutos. You could say it long, like it's 5 hours and 20 minutes, but são 5:20. Keep it nice and short. It's 7:26. São 7:26. São 7:26. So the hours plus the minutes. It's 10:42. São 10:42. São 10:42. It's 10:42. Here, notice we're keeping 2 masculine because minutos is a masculine plural word, okay? So dois is going to be masculine. And then look at the last one. It's 1:52. Uma, feminine because it's the hour, e 52, masculine because it's minutos. 1:52. Okay, any questions? Can we say 14? So 14 is spelled with a C, not with the QU. Good question. I never saw it spelled with the QU like that. Okay, so in Brazil, it's really common to use military time to write the date, okay? More so to write it than to say it. So if we say it, we're going to still kind of be like, oh, it's, 5. We'll talk about it a little bit later, like 5:30 in the evening. But when we're writing it, it's really common to see it written out in the 24-hour clock. So if you're not familiar with using military time, because in the United States, we often just use the 12-hour clock. So we'll say like 5 p.m., 7 p.m. instead of using the 24-hour system. So all you do is after noon, 12 noon, then you just add 12 to the number. Or if you're trying to figure it out backwards, subtract 12. So 1 p.m., 1 plus 12 hours would be 13. 13 hours. And that's how they write it. 13 with the little h. 13 horas, okay? 3 p.m., 3 plus 12 is 15. So 15 hours means 3 p.m. 6 plus 12 is 18. And 8 plus 12 is 20. So if you see 20H like this, that means it's 8 p.m. Okay. Noon and midnight. Noon and midnight. So if you want to say noon, it's meio-dia. Meio-dia. Masculine, because dia is a masculine word. If you want to say it's midnight, meia-noite. Meia-noite. And meia-noite, it's midnight. And that's feminine. That's why we're using meia, because noite, that's why we say bom dia, boa noite, right? Bom dia because dia is masculine, boa noite because noite is feminine. No inglês não se usa o i entre a hora e o minuto. Not usually. 10 and 20. No, we don't. Chris Lonnie. We don't say Daisy Vinci. We'll just say 10:20. 10:20. It's 10:20. Yeah, so no and in English. Good question. Okay, so parts of the day. So if you want to say in the morning, right? It's 6 in the morning, right? Or in my sentence example here, 10, right? It's 10 in the morning. São 10 horas da manhã. Da manhã. São 10 horas da manhã. It's 10 in the morning. If you want to say in the afternoon, it's da tarde. Da tarde. São 2 da tarde. Or são 2 horas da tarde. It's 2 in the afternoon. If you want to say at night or in the evening, it's da noite. Da noite. São 10 da noite. It's 10 in the evening or it's 10 at night. And we don't really use this in English because in English, we just say at night until the sun comes up the next morning. Once the sun is up, then we'll say, oh, it's morning. Or no, not even, to be honest, because if it's like in the winter time, it's like still dark at 6, 5 a.m. And we'll still say it's morning, even though the sun hasn't come up yet. So it's not totally clear in the lines. Yeah, it is actually. After 1 o'clock, after midnight, it's 1 a.m. We say it's 1 a.m. It's 1 in the morning. So yeah, in English, it's night. We say at night until midnight. And then after midnight, we're going to say in the morning. So even if it's dark out, we'll still say in the morning. It's 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. In Portuguese, there's a specific word for this. It's madrugada. Madrugada. So the wee hours of the morning is da madrugada. So it's 3 in the morning. São 3 horas da madrugada. It's 3 in the morning. Okay, now time for you guys to practice. So it's 6 in the morning. Leave in the comments. How would you say it's 6 in the morning? It's 6 in the morning. Okay, we're going to say são 6 horas da manhã. Or são 6 da manhã. You can take out the horas. It's kind of like you can use them, you don't have to. How about it's noon? It's noon. How would we say it's noon? What do you think? É meio-dia. É meio-dia. It's 8 in the evening. How about it's 8 in the evening? São 8 horas da noite. São 8 horas da noite. Good. How about it's 2 in the morning? It's 2 in the morning. That one's gonna be são 2 horas da madrugada. São 2 horas da madrugada. It's 4 in the afternoon. It's 4 in the afternoon. Yep, good job. São 8 horas da noite. Very good. Okay, 4 in the afternoon. São 4 horas da tarde. São 4 horas da tarde. How about it's 10 at night? It's 10 at night. São 10 horas da noite. São 10 horas da noite. And last one, it's midnight. It's midnight. É meia-noite. That one would be é meia-noite. Okay. Any questions? Feel free to leave them here. I'm kind of swapping back and forth to look at your questions and then go back to this class. There is a little, like I mentioned before, there is a little bit of a lag. So sometimes I'll say something and then you guys are hearing it, I think about like 20 or 30 seconds after I'm saying it. So, but that's okay. It's working okay. Okay, so 1/4 and half past. 1/4 and half past. So we're gonna say for 1/4, it's 1/4 the hour, 15 para, whatever. So são 15 para as 4 means it's 3:45, okay? Or 3:45. 3:45, it's 3:45. São 15 para as 4. 15 to 4. And if we want to say half past, e meia. Okay, so é meio-dia e meia. It's 12:30 p.m. É meio-dia e meia. Okay, more practice. So now we're looking at some ones with the exact minutes. So how would we say 1:26 p.m. using our exact hours and minutes? How would we say that? Qual a diferença de evening e night? Porque aqui usamos noite a partir das 18. Yes. I did a whole research on this topic the first time I taught this class because it's not super clear in English. And even after doing my research, it's still not super clear. So it's kind of open for interpretation. Evening, some people will distinguish evening up until the time it's completely dark. So you know the time when the sun is kind of going down, like sunset, and then once it's really dark, then they will say it's nighttime. But that's not always the case because a lot of times people will use evening when it is dark out already. So, but it's more of an early night, like the earlier part of the evening. So there's not a specific, I wish I could tell you this is what it is. There's not a specific like hour that, okay, this is when evening ends and night begins because they really overlap. So evening could be up until, maybe 8 or 9, but you could also say at night. So you can really kind of say either way. Evening sounds a little bit more formal, a little fancier, if that makes sense, than saying like night. Night is just a little bit more informal, but either one are completely fine to use. We just probably wouldn't use evening when it's really late, like after 8 or 9 p.m., like it's 10 in the evening. Could you say it? Yeah, but probably we would say it's 10 at night. So I don't know if that really answered your question well, but there's not a straightforward answer for that. Okay, so é 1:26. É 1:26. Okay, 2:15 a.m. How would we say 2:15 a.m.? Could say são 2:15. São 2:15. 12:30 p.m. How would we say 12:30 p.m.? We'll say é meio-dia e meia. É meio-dia e meia. Okay, how about 4:45 or 4:45? 4:45. Okay, we can say são 4:45, or we can say são 15 para 5. São 15 para 5. And 8:52 a.m. 8:52. Okay, if you said são 8:52, then you are correct. São 8:52. Okay, de nada. All right, so now we're going on to dates. You ready? So how was that first part? I feel like we went through it pretty quickly. Everything making sense so far? So we're using são plus the hours plus the minutes. Okay, so now we're going to talk about dates. Datas. As datas. Okay, so more time vocabulary. I hope you guys have your notebooks out and you're taking notes on this stuff, okay? Because it's a lot of vocabulary all at once, especially this part going into what we're going to talk about next. So if you guys can make a nice list, it'll be easier to go back through and study it after. Okay, so day, o dia. O dia. We talked about that one a little bit already. O dia, masculine. Week, a semana. A semana, the week, that's feminine. Month, o mês, the month. Year, o ano, and those are both masculine, okay? Okay, if we want to say today, hoje, today. Tomorrow, amanhã. And yesterday, ontem. Yesterday. Okay, the day before yesterday is anteontem. And then the day after tomorrow is depois de amanhã. All right, next, super important, os dias da semana, days of the week, os dias da semana. So Monday, a segunda-feira. Tuesday, a terça-feira. Wednesday, a quarta-feira. Thursday, a quinta-feira. And Friday, a sexta-feira. Or you could say sexta-feira, right? My family, half my family is from Rio de Janeiro, so I always say sexta. A sexta-feira. Okay, so notice all the days of the week, like the week, not all the days of the week, but all the weekdays, business days, right? Monday through Friday, all feminine. They all end in feira. However, in day-to-day speech, a lot of people usually take off the feira. They'll just say, na segunda, na terça, na quinta, na quarta, na sexta. So when you're speaking and even like writing, a lot of times we'll take them off. But technically, they do have feira on the end of all of them. Okay, and then o fim de semana or o final de semana, that means the weekend. So there's two different ways you can say the weekend. O fim de semana, o final de semana. And those are both going to be masculine. O sábado, and o domingo. O domingo. So Saturday and Sunday. Saturday is o sábado, Sunday o domingo. Good. Okay, os meses do ano. The months of the year. Os meses do ano. So we have January, janeiro. January, janeiro. February, fevereiro. February, fevereiro. March, março. March, março. April, abril. April, abril. May, maio. May, maio. June, junho. June, junho. Don't forget that nia, the NH. Junho, junho. And then the same thing with July, lia. If that LH is a lia. So julho. July is julho. August, agosto. Agosto. September, setembro. Setembro. October, outubro. Outubro. November, novembro. Novembro. And December, dezembro. Dezembro. Okay. All right, so now general times a day. So this, guys, I want you to pay attention to something because notice this looks like what we looked at just a minute ago, right? But you're gonna notice the prepositions are not contracted with the articles here. So before it was da manhã, da tarde, da noite. Here, when we're talking about general times of the day, we use de manhã, de tarde or à tarde, and de noite or à noite, okay? So this is a little bit different. It might take a little bit of getting used to, but think of it as we're gonna use da when we're being specific. São 10 horas da manhã. It's 10 in the morning. We're talking about a specific time. Here, we're talking about just the general time of being in the morning. So in our example, let's go to the restaurant at night. Or we're going to the restaurant at night, okay? Vamos ao restaurante de noite. Vamos ao restaurante de noite. Here, we're not talking about when we're going. We're being general. Just sometime during the night, we're going to the restaurant. We're not talking about what time. So that's how you're going to remember this. General times, we're just using the preposition de. Specific times, when we're talking about pinpointing the hour, we're using da, okay? Da manhã, da tarde, da noite. Here, we're using de manhã, de tarde, or à tarde, or de noite, or à noite. Okay. Okay, so when we're forming the date, this is very different as far as formatting from how we do it in the United States. In the United States, when we form the date, it's month, day, year, okay? In Portuguese, it's day, month, year. It's a little bit different. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, okay? Whoops, what happened? Okay, so we're gonna start with dia, and then the number of the day, plus the preposition de, plus the month, o mês, okay? So look here at our examples. February 8th, dia 8 de fevereiro. Dia 8 de fevereiro. August 22nd, dia 22 de agosto. June 11th, dia 11 de junho. Dia 11 de junho. So it seems backwards compared to what we're used to. September 3rd, dia 3 de setembro. Dia 3 de setembro. And April 30th, dia 30 de abril. Dia 30 de abril. April 30th. Day 30 of April. Okay, so notice, in American English, okay, in the United States, I'm saying that because in like the UK, they don't do it the same way we do in the US. The US likes to be different for some reason. But in the US, when we write the date, we're using ordinal numbers, okay? February 8th, okay? August 22nd, we're using the ordinal numbers. In Portuguese, except for the first day that we use the ordinal number o primeiro, the first, every other day we're just using cardinal numbers. Cardinal numbers are just your regular numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're not using the ordinal numbers. So only day that we do that is on the first day. We're always going to call it o primeiro. So we're not going to say dia 1 de janeiro. We're going to say o primeiro de janeiro. January 1st. May 1st, o primeiro de maio. October 1st, o primeiro de outubro. O primeiro de outubro. Okay? All right. Next. Okay, so dates and numbers. When dates are written in numbers, the date is written day, first, then month. Okay, so this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. So now we're seeing it with numbers. To somebody from the US, you're gonna look at this and you're gonna see that first date, 4/8, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's April 8th. No, you have to be very careful with that because in Brazil, it's flipped. So if you see 4/8, that's dia 4 de agosto. So that's really August 4th. So you have to be careful. So at the example down here, March 11th, it's going to be written 11/3. So that's not November 3rd, that's dia 11 de março. Okay, so try saying these dates with me. So 4/8, we talked about that one. That's dia 4 de agosto. What about the next one? What would the next one be? What would the next one be? What do you think? Okay, the next one's going to be October 17th or dia 17 de outubro. Dia 17 de outubro. Okay, what about the next one? Okay, if you said o primeiro de setembro, you are correct. That's September 1st. The next one? That's dia 29 de maio, May 29th. Okay, the next one there, we've got dia 16 de junho, or June 16th. And the last one there, July 7th, dia 7 de julho. Okay, a couple useful expressions, okay? Expressões úteis. Que dia é hoje? What day is today? If you want to ask, what day is today? Que dia é hoje? Que dia é hoje? What day is today? What day of the week is it? Que dia da semana é hoje? Que dia da semana é hoje? And the last one, what is today's date? Qual é a data de hoje? Qual é a data de hoje? What is today's date? Okay, so here's another activity for you guys. What day of the week? So you gotta tell me what day of the week each date falls on. So, que dia da semana é o dia 2? Que dia da semana é o dia 2? É terça-feira. 7 de novembro, cara. É terça-feira. Ok. Que dia da semana é o dia 5? Que dia da semana é o dia 5? É sexta-feira. Sexta-feira. Que dia da semana é o dia 22? Que dia da semana é o dia 22? É segunda. Segunda-feira. Que dia da semana é o dia 18? 18. É quinta-feira. Quinta-feira. Que dia da semana é o dia 10? Que dia da semana é o dia 10? Falou quarta-feira? Se falou quarta-feira, tá certo. Ok? Quarta-feira. Que dia da semana é o dia 13? Que dia da semana é o dia 13? É sábado. É sábado. Em que dia da semana é o dia 28? 28. Ok, dia 28 é o domingo. É um domingo. Good. Okay, so formando frases, forming sentences. So we're going to use the verb ser when talking about dates, okay? Because it's a permanent thing. Even though I know like you can argue, oh, well, the date passes. But when we talk about dates, we use ser because the date is always going to be that day forever, whether it comes or goes. So, but that's like a whole, like, we don't need to argue that. Just know ser, okay? So today is October 20th, okay? We're going to say, hoje é dia 20 de outubro. Today is October 20th. Hoje é dia 20 de outubro. Today is Monday. Today is Monday. Hoje é segunda. Hoje é segunda. Or, hoje é segunda-feira, right? Hoje é segunda-feira. Yesterday was April 5th. Yesterday was April 5th. Okay. Ontem foi dia 5 de abril. Ontem foi dia 5 de abril. So we have to conjugate ser to the past. So if you don't know the past of ser, for was, it's foi. Ontem foi. That's again third person singular. Okay, and then tomorrow is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Amanhã é terça-feira. Amanhã é terça-feira. Tomorrow is Tuesday. Or like I said, you can shorten it. Amanhã é terça. Okay. All right, vamos praticar de novo. Let's practice again. Can you make these into sentences? So how would you say, tell me in the comments, how would you say today is August 4th? Today is August 4th in Portuguese. Today is August 4th. Can you get it? So it's going to be hoje é dia 4 de agosto. Yeah, hoje é 4 de agosto. Very good. Yeah. Awesome job. How about tomorrow is August 5th? How would we say tomorrow is August 5th? Give you a few more seconds. So it's going to be amanhã é dia 5 de agosto. Amanhã é dia 5 de agosto. And yesterday was August 2nd. How would we say yesterday was August 2nd? Yeah, amanhã é dia 5. É dia 5 de agosto. Yeah, here. Okay, there you go. That's the right. So tomorrow, amanhã, is dia 5, day 5 of August. De agosto. Tomorrow is day 5 of August. Okay, so yesterday was August 2nd. You guys know that one? Yesterday was August 2nd. Ontem foi dia 2 de agosto. Yep, you just don't need that day before dois. So just the day, the preposition day that you have in between dia and dois, just take that out. Ontem foi dia 2 de agosto. Good. All right. Awesome job, guys. Getting close to the end here. Oh, that was the last one. Awesome. So that's really all you really need to know in order to say the time and the date in Portuguese, okay? So you need to know your numbers, your days of the week, months of the year, and then just knowing how to format it, okay? So day is going to go before the month. So keep that in mind when you're looking at numbers. And then when we're writing the time, be familiar with that military time because you're going to see that written out a lot. And then just remember, são 5:30 or são 5:20. If it's 1, we're going to use right? Uma. And then just keep in your mind whether we're using masculine or feminine because that's going to be important too. So it'll take some getting used to, but as long as you have the structure most of the way down, if you make little errors here or there, people will still understand you. And that's always the goal, right? Is to be understood. So even if we make little errors, it's okay as long as we learn from our errors. It always takes time, but making mistakes is how we learn the best because it sticks in your head more when you make a mistake. So don't beat yourself up over that. Guys, I'm doing a pronunciation game. This is huge. This is the first time I'm announcing it. So if you are here, this is the first I'm telling anybody about this. I've been working on this for a while. So I'm actually glad that I got this class today to try to figure out how to do this YouTube live stuff because we're doing a pronunciation game. It's called How Do You Say? It's for people learning English and it's also for people learning Portuguese, okay? So if you don't know about Brasilingo, our mission and our goal is to unite the two languages and cultures. So I always try my best to do activities that are going to be good for both learners. I really try my best to do that. So this game is going to be amazing. I'm really excited. I don't think there's anything out there like this. It's going to be like a game show, but it's going to be all virtual, okay? So there'll be 10 contestants, 10 Portuguese contestants, and then 10 English contestants. So it's free to sign up. If you're interested in being a contestant, register for free at brasilingo.com/events. But actually just go follow me on Instagram right now because today I actually had an issue with this. So I'm re-putting it up. By the end of the day, it'll all be set up again by the end of the day. But we're going to go to brasilingo.com. You'll be able to register for this event if you want to be a contestant and play. And then it will be streamed here on YouTube Live. So if you just want to be an audience member and participate in the audience, then you'll be able to watch it on YouTube Live. So it's going to be like a game show. And we have actually 6 judges. So we're gonna have 3 English judges, native speakers, and then 3 native speaker Portuguese judges. I will be announcing that soon on Instagram. You've probably already heard of some of the judges. They're amazing teachers that are on Instagram and on YouTube. So this is like a huge collab. I'm very excited. So it's going to be Friday, February 26th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Brazil time. Totally free event. So make sure you mark your calendars now and make sure you're following me on Instagram so that way you can get more notices about this. Because I'm going to be talking about it a lot on Instagram. I'll be mentioning it on Facebook too. So if you follow us on Facebook, you'll get notices about that. You can also join our email list at brasilingo.com. Get on our email list and we'll send you emails with more details as well. Okay. And again, guys, book your free trial lesson if you really want to get serious about learning English or Portuguese, or if you have kids and you want them to start learning Portuguese or English, book a free trial, see how, test our teachers out, see if they're a good fit for you. They're all qualified, all native speakers, okay? So thank you guys. Thank you for bearing with me for today because today was a little bit crazy, but we got to start somewhere, right? So next time, I know this YouTube live thing will be smoother now that I kind of know what I'm doing, and it'll just get better. I will take a minute to answer your guys' questions, so no worries. Let's see what we got. Ok, eu tenho uma dúvida de quando usar on e at. Como diferenciar datas? Usamos on e festival periods. Usamos at. Okay, so I have a whole lesson on this. This is a whole nother lesson I have because we have on, in, and at. So we use at with time, okay? It's separated into 2 different categories because we have place and then we have time. So speaking about time, you're going to use at with specific like hours and minutes. It's going to be, the party is going to be at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. I wake up every day at 7 o'clock, okay? At 7, we're using that with time. We're going to use on when we're using days of the week, okay? My birthday this year is on a Friday. Christmas was on a Thursday. So with holidays, we're going to use on with holidays, on with days of the week. Trying to like pull this out of my memory. I have a whole slideshow. And then we use on with, yes, with dates on the 4th. My birthday's on the 4th. Or my birthday's on November 4th. I go to work on Monday. I start work on January 2nd, okay? So on, days of the week, holidays, and dates. And at with time. Okay, and then how can we say the year for exp? We say 2020. Is it Vinci Vinci? Oh, that's a great question too. Okay, so no, it's not Vinci Vinci. In Portuguese, you're always gonna say it out full. Okay, so 2020, 2020. 2020 and 20. That's a really great question. I'll have to add a slide into here about that. Yep. So 2020, 2020. So if you were, say your birthday was 1987, okay? 1987. I'll write it in the comments so you guys can see. 1987. So it's 1987. Yeah, you say it complete, not like in English. And then 2020. Yep, you got it. 2020. Good. Any other questions? I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful for you, that you'll feel a little bit more confident now to go say the date. I hope you guys took lots of notes. Again, thank you for participating. I'm starting to do one of these classes every month. So stay tuned around here and we'll do a different class every month on a different topic. And if that's it, then I will see you guys soon, okay? I'll see you next month. I also put videos up like almost every week. So I'll see you before next month, but live, I'll see you next month, okay? And I hope I'll see you on the game, okay? Come to the pronunciation game. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.